Let's get into it. Our first review of the day is going to be for Super Mario, the movie, animated movie this time. So it is not live action, thank God. They tried that experiment already and it failed pretty miserably. So they decided, hey, let's go animate it. And this is from Illumination. Illumination, known for doing Despicable Me, the Minions type movie here. So they're going to be venturing off doing a video game adaptation, which is crushing it at the box office right now. It's one that has, I think, the highest grossing animated movie weekend, I think it was, opening weekend. So it is kind of crushing it. Beat Frozen 2 for that honor. Yeah, I mean, it seems like people are going to see this movie in droves, which could be expected. I mean, Mario is a huge character. What Mario is to video games is what Goku is to anime, or what Mickey Mouse is to animation. Like, everybody knows Mario. Like, you don't have to have played video games to know who Mario is.
Even if you've never touched a Nintendo, a Game Boy, any of those consoles, you know who Super Mario is. You know Mario and Luigi.
Yeah. And this movie, it moves at a very quick pace. It moves only about 90 minutes. So you're going to get in and get out. Simple setup. You have, Mario and Luigi in this. They're these two plumbers, on kind of hard times. They're trying to start their own business. They're kind of running into a lot of issues. Hey, how's it going there, Joey? First time chat. Hey, good to see you here. They're hard on their, on hard times, trying to, do their plumbing business. They end up trying to fix something. It's like, hey, we want to prove ourselves, and then they end up getting sucked through a pipe and then end up in Mushroom Kingdom. There they meet these other creatures. They meet Princess Peach. They eventually, Donkey Kong comes in the picture. So this movie moves at a pretty quick pace of, hey, like, boom, here's this world. Here are the rules. You do this. You hit these things and mushrooms and flowers come out and you get special abilities. There's these obstacle course type things that you have to maneuver through. So it's very, very quick at moving through all this stuff, and throws you in here.
Hello there.
The big villain of it is Bowser, who's voiced by Jack Black, who I think does a wonderful job. I think he's one of the big standouts here in the voice cast. And his whole thing, he's a bad guy. He wants to do bad guy stuff with his bad guy friends. That's what he wants to do. So he comes in, wants to take over and do all that. He's the big main villain for Mario to face off against in the film. Who else? Other people rounding out the voice cast. You have Anna Taylor-Joy, who is Princess Peach. She's another person who does fine here. I don't think she's that terrific. I think this is her very first voice performance. I think, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember any other time.
It is.
Yeah, I don't remember any other time.
Yeah, it's the first time she's.
She did that one movie that was not the. Oh,
movie, she was.
The play.
Yeah, she was in Playmobil.
Okay,
yeah, so.
Yeah. Okay. So she was in that. So this is her second one. And there was much discussion about Chris Pratt, controversy when he got cast as Mario. So now that the movie's out, what do I think about him? I just think he's okay. He's not horrible. Could I see this movie? Could it have been done without him? Could he be easily replaced? Yes. He just kind of does a generic Brooklyn accent in this movie. Charlie Day as Luigi, I think does pretty good. I mean, there are times when you can tell it's Charlie, especially when he's like yelling and screaming. It's like, okay, that's Charlie Day. That's, that's him. I just think they're fine. They're pretty good. I think the big standouts, like I said, Jack Black is Bowser. You also have Keegan-Michael Key, who's unrecognizable. I couldn't tell his voice at all, who plays Toad in this. I couldn't tell him at all. And I think Seth Rogen, who voices Donkey Kong, is pretty funny. I mean, they even include some of Seth Rogen's mannerisms into Donkey Kong, which I thought was very entertaining. So I'm going to pass it around, let people give their thoughts on the film. Drake, what were some of your thoughts on Super Mario?
It's funny that you referenced me by my last name, but I went into this with an open mindset. This was one of my most anticipated of 2023, and video game adaptations had a bit of a bad rap, but in recent years with the Sonic movie and the Mortal Kombat 2021 film, and even recently with the Last of Us TV series, I think video game adaptations are starting to make some kind of big resurgence. And going into this, I was pretty curious to see what they were going to do with the animated film. I absolutely don't mind the 1993 Mario Bros. Movie. That's not great, but it's a fun guilty pleasure. It's very weird, and but I enjoy the 1993 Mario film. But going into this, I like the trailers. I like the advertisements. The casting took some time on a few of them, but I went into with the comes to casting and wanted to give them a chance. So, and I know right now not everyone is liking this movie. As tell from a critical standpoint, but the audience standpoint, a lot of people are going out to see this. It is making a lot of money. But my personal thoughts is I have fun time with this movie. It's not the greatest plot, of course. You're not getting a lot of great characterization in this. If you're expecting deep, compelling characters out of this, this is not that type of movie. This is a simple 1 hour and 32-minute adventure for not only just Mario fans, but also fans of the game and family in general. And there's going to be a lot of Easter eggs that people are going to realize, a lot of Mario references that people are going to realize, and they're going to be like, this is definitely for the fans. You can tell that the director and the filmmaking team, they were trying to make this movie for the fans. And they put a lot of effort into this. The animation in this movie is very crisp, is very clean. There's a lot of the world from the games that you see. There's not you don't get to go see every world in here, but for the worlds that we do get, like the Mushroom Kingdom and the world of Mario Kart and Bowser's little world, all of that is very well done. It's very well animated with a lot of fun action sequences. With my favorite, of course, being the Mario Kart sequence. I thought that was a lot of fun, and it just I've played a little bit of Mario on Nintendo Game Boy back when in the early 2000s. I was born in 1998, so seeing most of these worlds that I do know that fans are gonna eat up definitely puts a smile on your face. As you could tell that Illumination did the best they can in honoring the source material. The voice acting, of course, I thought, for the most part, I thought the voice cast was mostly solid. Chris Pratt and Charlie Day is more Luigi. There are times where you could tell where is Chris Pratt and Charlie Day, but I thought for the most part they both did a very good job. As Mario and Luigi, I thought they did a pretty good job in their role. They did have some funny moments, of course. Jack Black as Bowser, he was one of the standouts here. I was very much surprised how much I did enjoy his performance. He's Bowser. He's a villain. But he is fun, and I like Jack Black. It's good to see Jack Black do something like this. Keegan Michael Key, Toad, completely unrecognizable. I didn't even know it was him until the credits. But for me, the most valuable player in the movie was Anya Taylor-Joy as Princess Peach. Now, she's not the damsel in distress, but for me, I thought Anya Taylor-Joy was a standout. She is a very good actress and other things. I didn't see Playmobil the movie, so this is basically my first time hearing her do voiceover animation, and she is pretty much Princess Peach as the character. There are some changes they make with her, but I feel like it worked for the character and for the good of the movie. The only voice here I wasn't too crazy about was Seth Rogen. It didn't feel like Donkey Kong when he was speaking. It just felt like Seth Rogen. Granted, he has his moments, but I felt like compared to everyone else, I thought he was the weakest of the cast, and I feel like he could have brought more to Donkey Kong. Technical stuff wise, as far as direction, music, or editing, visual effects, all of that is on the screen. It is a briskly paced movie. Some people I have heard say it is too fast, but it does go too fast. The first half is a little rocky, of course, when you start out, but it's just setting things up. But yeah, this I appreciate the fact that this is an animated movie that is not overstaying its welcome. It's a brisk hour and 32 minutes. Get you straight in, get you straight out, and you will definitely feel like a kid again watching this.
Hmm. Okay.
Again, I do have some issues with some of the comedy, of course. I also felt like some of the writing here is a little bit weak, and like I said, Donkey Kong could have been better. But I think the problem with some people going into this, if you're going into this expecting great characterization or great character development, you're not gonna like this movie all that much. You do have to take into account what you're getting when it comes to this movie from the trailers and judging by the character alone. You're getting a Super Mario animated film, and for me, I was pretty satisfied with this, and I do want to see where they take it from here.
Okay. Nick.
So I'm not really a big fan of Illumination and a lot of their animated films. I like the first Despicable Me, but besides that, the sequels are kind of middling to just straight up trash. And I absolutely hated their the Grinch movie. But something that I did like was Minions 2 that came out last year. I had a lot of fun with that movie. And something interesting is that this film, the Super Mario movie, it's directed by Aaron Horvath and Michael Jelenic, who are both the co-creators for Teen Titans Go, and they directed Teen Titans Go to the movies together, which I thought was a really underrated animated film from a couple years ago. And something that works so well about this movie is how much respect they give to Super Mario as a character and to the entire cast around him. It's like they paid attention and they worked tirelessly to make sure that fans of the games would be happy, showing off the world of the Mushroom Kingdom, and little shout outs to different games. Of course, we get a Super Smash Brothers. Of course, we see the Mario Kart sequence that we saw on Rainbow Road, of course, and a little underrated one was when Luigi gets captured. That I love that reference to Luigi's Mansion a little bit.
Yeah. Javon, have you seen the movie?
Oh no, I haven't. I mean, I'm waiting to see it pretty much when I get when it comes out. No, I'm not going to see it in theaters. I'll probably just wait till it comes out on digital or something like that.
Okay. Yeah, first I will say the animation is beautiful. Really crisp, really nice. The colors really pop. I would recommend, I don't usually do this, but if you could have a chance to see it in 3D, I would probably check it out in 3D. I mean, I bet a lot of those more sequences are really good, or really would really impact you more if you see it in 3D, especially like the Mario Kart sequence, which is very good. So yeah, a lot of that is really nice. Like to Josh's point, you're not really. This is not the most in-depth movie, animated movie you're gonna see, right? I mean, just especially coming off of this past December, we had Puss in Boots that came out, which was really good. Is it on the level of something like that? No, I don't think so. But it's just for me. I think it's just okay, but that okay isn't bad. It's all right. And there's a lot of really things I like about it. Yeah, the writing is, it kind of goes very fast paced, and it kind of gets you from one point to another point to another point. It's trying to hurry up and introduce you to the world and get through all this stuff. And it comes in a little too fast at times. Some of the needle drops in the movie are a problem. Some of it, sometimes it kind of is relevant to the story, because I think the first song that plays is "No Sleep Till Brooklyn," which is a Beastie Boys song, which makes sense because they're in Brooklyn. But then, like, when they're in Donkey Kong's kingdom, they're playing "Take on Me" by Aha. Don't know what the relevancy is there between "Take on Me" and Donkey Kong and Jungle or whatever. Don't know why that was there. Then there was another time, like before the Mario Kart sequence starts, I think they played "Back in Black." What the hell does "Back in Black" have to do with racing or cars? I don't know, but
I think it was. I think they played Thunderstruck when they were like making the carts.
oh, they played Thunderstruck. Okay, the other AC/DC song, yeah. But again, what does that really have to really do with cars or racing? I don't really know. But so yeah, I thought that some of the needle drops were very strange, and then it just felt like, well, when we have nothing else to do, when there's kind of even a moment of kind of dead space, we're just gonna play a song. We're just going to play a song in there to get people excited or to get people doing something. So I didn't really like that as much. The action here is also very good. Like the sequence you saw, like we bring up, I think this is the best sequence in the whole movie, the Mario Kart sequence, but also the sequence when it's Donkey Kong versus Mario, I think is pretty good. I think that's pretty well done. When Donkey Kong and Mario team up is very good. And I think if you are going to see it, it's like what Jack Black is doing here as Bowser is kind of what Jim Carrey did for Sonic. When he was Dr. Robotnik. Like, he just adds so much great energy and life to it, and a lot of his good Jack Blackness, I guess you could say, into it. Like, there's a scene where he does a whole song for Peach, which is really funny. I thought that sequence was really good.
That's such a hilarious segment. It's a scene where Bowser is professing his love to Princess Peach, which, to be fair, she is voiced by Anya Taylor-Joy.
Yeah, so he's got a reason. So I mean, so a lot of those things I think are very good, and what makes him really the standout and really kind of really carries this. With the success of this movie, there's a lot of talks of the big now opening up to all these other Nintendo projects that they want to do. Maybe you want to do Super, you want to do Metroid, you want to be Star Fox, you want to do all these other kind of properties. What can you do with that?
You're probably being facetious, but a Metroid movie actually sounds really cool.
Yeah,
I think a Star Fox movie probably worked the most.
Metroid actually doesn't sound too bad for a movie. That could work.
Yeah,
But
so yeah.
it's open big doors for Nintendo wanting to do their other properties into movies or something.
Yeah, so it depends if they want to do it. Probably with the success of this, like I said, it's crushing it at the box office. So it's probably to come that they're going to do more projects with Nintendo there, more movies. If you're a huge Mario fan, I'm not personally myself. I played a couple of Mario games, but I'm not like a big Mario fan. So if you are a huge Mario fan, is this really going to do it for you? Is it going to be, this movie that you've been waiting for? I guess you have to check that out for yourself. Me, as a casual person who, of course, knows about the existence of Mario, and have played only a few games of his, I thought it was a fun time. Had a good time watching it, and I would give it, for me, I'd give it a lowish tune in for me. Yeah, Nick, and then I'm going to go to Josh. Nick.
All right, so for me, my expectations were fairly low for this. I'm not a big fan of Illumination as an animation studio. I think they put a lot more thought into just entertaining like the littlest of kids, and a lot of lowest common denominator with a lot of their humor and their jokes. But here, I thought more often than not, the jokes worked so well for me, especially in the opening with Mario and Luigi. It's something that I think hasn't been mentioned enough is the chemistry between the voice cast, especially between Chris Pratt and Charlie Day as Mario and Luigi. If anything, that's an element that should have been expanded on more, but that's kind of a mistake of the script because Luigi is kind of out of the film for so much of it. Besides that, Jack Black really stands out as the villain. I liked most of the voice cast, even Chris Pratt. I think he's just fine here. I think nothing changes if you recast a different actor in this film. But for what he's given, it's great. The visual stuff, this is a gorgeously animated film. All the action set pieces, like in that initial one with where they're going through Brooklyn, like when they first get to the Mushroom Kingdom, even the Super Smash Bros. Second segment and the Rainbow Road. All of that is gorgeous. It's such a beautifully well translated adaptation from the video game, and I had a great time watching this movie, but I think because of the script, a lot of the things that kind of irk me about most animated films, like the constant use of needle drops that don't really make sense in context of a scene, and a lot of jokes that fell flat for me, I think that this is a very, very high stream in.
Okay. Josh, rating?
Yeah, yeah. Echoing what Nick said before I give my rating and such. Yeah, I do think the chemistry between the voice cast is very good, and that is also another issue. I did wish Mario and Luigi had a little bit more time together, but that's something that could easily fix in future stuff. But all in all, when it comes to the Super Mario Brothers movie, is not going to be my favorite animated movie of 2023. I think Across the Spider Verse is going to edge that out since that is my most anticipated film of 2023. But I think this is a very good animated film for kids. Yes, again, it does have some issues when it comes to script. There is constant news drops. I didn't think that Rogan brought it as Donkey Kong as well as he should have, even though he looks very good. It looks very much like Donkey Kong. The script and the character stuff here is not going to be that compelling, but as long as I'm having fun and I'm enjoying myself, that's all I wanted with this movie. I just wanted to have a fun time with this. I knew what I wanted from the trailers. I haven't played every single Mario game, but from these trailers and from the photos that were being released, from stuff that was being released about the movie, I just wanted to have fun. And for an hour and 32 minutes, I have fun. I enjoyed most of the voice cast. Chris Pratt, Charlie Day, Anya Taylor-Joy, Keegan Michael Key, and Jack Black, they all stand out. Bowser, it had a lot of funny moments. The Peaches song, to that having me cracking up, and a lot of fun moments, very colorful. And all in all, this was one of my most anticipated movies of the year. In my top 15 most anticipated videos I did, that lived up to my expectations. Is not the greatest video game movie in the world, but it's definitely one of the better video game adaptations in my list. It could have been a lot worse though, but I'm looking forward to seeing more what they do with this world. I want to see what other things Nintendo can do, like Zelda or Metroid or Star Fox, and I will have no problem going back and rewatching this again. When it comes out on physical media, I will have no problem rewatching it. If you have kids, you take them to it. If you don't want to spend money on it, you can just wait for Peacock. But if you are a Mario fan, I would definitely get. Here's what I'm gonna do. For those who are Mario fans and who loves this character, definitely go see it. But if you're someone who is not big on Mario and hasn't thought the trailers look that great to you, go in with low expectations, and I think you will quite enjoy it. Again, not going to be for everyone, but I certainly had a good time with this. And on my own personal rating system I use on my channel, I will give this an epitaph. I have fun.
Okay. All right.
So is it better than the original for you?
I think this is a much more I think in terms of the two Mario movies, while I do enjoy the 1993 movie, and I didn't see that one until 2011 on DVD. While I do enjoy that movie, the movie definitely obviously has a lot of production problems that shows in the movie. The characters and the script isn't the best. Some of the direction is a bit weird there, and there is some creative decisions that didn't work. But it's still a entertaining enough it gives pleasure. But in terms of this Mario movie, I think it's way better in terms of getting what it needs to get right. It's not the greatest in terms of writing the characters, but what you need to get right with a Super Mario movie, I think they did a competent enough job. And this is one of Illumination's better movies because I'm pretty hit and miss with it. I do love the Despicable Me movies. I do like Minions. I like Sing. Lorax was okay. Wasn't a big fan of 2018's The Grinch. And Hop, but this is one of their, this is one of Illumination's better movies. Again, it's not my favorite animated movie of 2023. You guys are going to talk about the trailer for that movie later, which is Across Spider-Verse, which I would love to give my thoughts on the trailer for Across Spider-Verse. But I definitely really enjoyed this. I do think this is the better Mario.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah. And like Nick mentioned, it's a shame that they split up Mario and Luigi early on in the movie. Like I said, I thought they were, they were pretty good together, and they did split them up. He goes his own way there. Yeah. So I thought that was a shame there that they did that. But I think high chances are this is going to get a sequel, and we're going to be spending a lot more time with Charlie Day and Chris Pratt as Mario and Luigi there. So yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of the music, did you guys hear the music that I guess they switched out for "Take on Me"?
I forgot
What?
what was the song that was. I forgot what was the song. What was the song that was supposed to be there?
It's supposed to be, I guess, kind of a remix version of the DK song, I guess, from Donkey Kong.
Oh, the DK rap.
Yeah. It's actually really good. You can hear that shit on YouTube. It's actually a really good version. I don't know why they switched that shit out at all, but it's actually really, really good. It makes no sense why they switched it.
Yeah. Play something, like I said, play something relevant to what's going on. Like somebody mentioned you could have played Welcome to the Jungle. Like that could have made more sense. Or you could have played something like that. Yeah, like you don't play Take on Me. Like what the hell does that have to do with Donkey Kong and the jungle? And what's that got to do with anything?
Yeah,
but
Take on Me has been in too many movies. I don't know why they use that song so much. It's a good song, but it's just played too much.
Yeah, they also do I Need a Hero. Like when he's doing the montage Mario, they do like that song is way overplayed too.
That's been in like three. That's been in like three movies this year already. We need to retire that song. And I love Bonnie Tyler, but not that much.
Yeah.
You said I Need a Hero, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I literally stopped Shazam to come on this podcast, and they literally played a song of that movie.
Yeah, it was just in Shazam too. Yeah, they just did it. Yeah. So
Wow.
Yeah. So tune in or high stream it from Nick, tune in from me, Loish. And what was your rating again, Josh? You gave it your own personal one. What was that?
The way my rating system goes on my channel, the highest of the high is Spider-Verse approval. The lowest of the low is the movie where I tell the movie to just get out of my face. But if we're going up at the good side, I gave it an epic. It's epic and fantastic. Just put math together.
Okay. All right. Fantastic. Okay. All right. So that was Super Mario Bros.